Alright, so welcome to the channel everyone, I'm Axe, and in this video, we will be doing an in-depth dive and comparative analysis between these two peak animes, Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga, which for some time, there have been a lot of debates about which is better, and so I thought it'd be a great thing to discuss it here and give my take, so let's get into it. So, in the world of anime, few narratives capture the raw essence of human struggle, trauma, revenge, and redemption as profoundly as Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga. Though vastly different in setting, one steeped in dystopian fantasy and the other in historical realism, both series explore the dark crevices of human nature and the transformative journeys of their protagonists, Eren Yeager and Thorfinn Karlsefni. These two young men are shaped by violence, driven by revenge, and ultimately forced to confront their very ideologies they once clung to. Yet it is their psychological development and resolution that sets them apart, making their respective stories compelling mirrors of one another. So let's first talk about their background, the origins of their hatred, and the seed of revenge. Both Eren and Thorfinn begin their stories in similar emotional states, driven by grief and hatred. Eren witnesses the brutal death of his mother at the hands of a Titan and swears to end them all. This moment sparks his entire purpose, the annihilation of the Titans and the pursuit of freedom. Similarly, Thorfinn sees his father, Thors, a pacifist warrior, killed by the mercenary Askeladd. Thorfinn's obsession with vengeance becomes his sole motivation as he follows Askeladd across Europe, hoping one day to defeat him in honorable combat. This is a notable thing about Thorfinn is that even after a traumatic event, which is the death of his father, he instills the honorable ways that his father displayed and took it to heart, and it is what stopped him from ending Askeladd's life in his sleep. However, from the outset, the foundation of their motivations differs. Eren's hatred is born from a catastrophic event and nurtured by a world that dehumanizes the other. It is ideological. Thorfinn's hatred is personal, targeted, and initially lacks a broader philosophical dimension. This difference in emotional scope foreshadows their eventual difference in psychological growth. Eren and Thorfinn both go through intense trauma, but they deal with it in totally different ways. For Eren, everything starts to fall apart the more he learns about the world around him. He discovers that Titans aren't monsters, they're people. Worse, he learns he is one. Eventually, he realizes his people have been trapped, manipulated, and oppressed by a much larger force outside the walls. Instead of this truth leading him to understanding or compassion, it only hardens him. In Eren's mind, freedom can't be achieved through peace. It has to be taken by force. The more he suffers, the more convinced he becomes that he has no choice but to destroy everything in his way. That belief drives him to the ultimate act of violence, the rumbling. A global genocide he sees as the only way to protect his people. Thorfinn's journey is the complete opposite. After Askeladd is killed, not even by his own hand, Thorfinn is completely lost. The man he swore to kill is gone, and with him goes Thorfinn's entire reason for living. He shuts down emotionally and ends up as a slave on a farm in Denmark. But in this quiet, war-free environment, something changes. For the first time, he has space to reflect on his past. Through dreams, haunting memories, and honest conversations, he starts seeing the weight of what he's done. He realizes that he spent years burning villages and killing people in war, and now If he wants to make it right, he'll have to rebuild what he once destroyed. That's where his real transformation begins. The key difference here, Eren takes all his pain and unleashes it on the world, while Thorfinn turns inward, searching for peace within himself before trying to change the world around him. One major theme both Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga explore is free will. How much control we actually have over our lives and actions. Later in Attack on Titan, Eren gains the power of the founding Titan, and with it he sees time in a completely different way. Past, present, and future all blur together. Because he can see everything, he starts to believe that his path is already written, that he has no real choices left. But here's the twist, he still chooses to go down this dark road. He convinces himself that true freedom is doing what no one else is willing to do, even if it means becoming a monster. Thorfinn, on the other hand, chooses something radically different. He decides to stop fighting. In a society that worships violence, where being strong means being deadly, Thorfinn steps away from it all. That choice isolates him. People don't understand it, and it puts him in danger. But it's a conscious decision, and he sticks to it. Instead of chasing glory in battle, Thorfinn rebuilds himself around the idea that life is sacred, and peace is worth fighting for in a different way. His father's wisdom and his own guilt become his new compass. At one point, both Eren and Thorfinn are handed enormous power. Eren has the rumbling. Thorfinn is offered the leadership of the Vikings, a brutal warrior group. Eren uses that power to commit mass destruction in the name of freedom. Thorfinn refuses to lead an army and instead dreams of a peaceful land, which is Vinland, where people like him can live without violence. It's a defining fork in the road. One chooses domination, the other chooses redemption. At the core, both Eren and Thorfinn ask the same question. What does it really mean to be free? But they end up with very different answers. Eren's story ends in tragedy. His version of freedom is narrow and drenched in blood. He sacrifices not just his enemies, but his friends, his ideals, and even himself to make it happen. In the end, he becomes the thing he hated most. Some might argue his actions were for the greater good, but emotionally and morally, he's a broken man, consumed by despair and trapped in a cycle of violence. Thorfinn's legacy is the opposite. After years of war and revenge, he finally breaks the cycle. He imagines a world built on compassion instead of conquest. His dream of Vinland isn't just about escaping, it's about starting over. It's a metaphor for becoming someone better. His journey isn't just about surviving darkness, it's about choosing to walk towards the light, even when it's hard. Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga are both powerful emotional stories about trauma, revenge, and the choices we make in response to suffering. Eren Yeager and Thorfinn Karlsefni might start in similar places, but they end in completely different worlds. Eren's story shows us how pain can twist someone until they believe destruction is their only option. Thorfinn's story shows us how even the most broken person can find a path to peace. In the end, both characters force us to ask, what kind of world are we building with the choices we make? And who do we become when everything is taken from us? Because whether you choose to burn the world or rebuild it says everything about the kind of person you are. Now, if you made it till the end, I am very grateful to you. It means a lot, and I have one question to ask of you. Which is braver, to fight for revenge or to walk away from it? Leave your answers in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you find this video meaningful. It would help me a lot. Thanks and peace.